Okay. So apparently YouTube has this app now where you don't have to use a different program. So I can actually see my whole screen now, so that is much better. Can you guys hear me now? I'm gonna start my spiel over again because I'm probably gonna last video that just started. Now I'm squeaking and I can't find the album. I'm just flipping. Oh, here it is. All right, so this is, oh Lord. This is what I'm making today. I'm making this recipe album that's like a traveler's notebook. And I was watching Crafty Crafts by Deanna, and I think that she sells these at a craft fair, but she also did a tutorial on how to do these. I'm not following her tutorial. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory on how to do it. First one that I did, and I will be changing some things around. I only have the black cording, so I don't have anything that's going to coordinate with it. I do like the cover better on this one, but I don't want to open up another paper pack. So this is it. I created a couple folders in here. These are 5-star notebooks that are 5x7. And then I create little sleeves out of page protectors and a fuse tool, but it's not really a fuse tool. It's I think it's a wood burning tool, and I just I ordered the nib. So anyway, I'll show you that. I have my laminator heating up over here, which I got on Amazon. It's just an Amazon Basics laminator, and I think I will corners this time. I don't know if I'm going to round the corners on the whole thing. I think I might. And I stuck the stickers on the outside, but then I was like, duh, why didn't I decorate it before I laminated it so that these wouldn't come off? You have sound. Great. I do sound different because I have a cold, so I'm trying to talk a little bit louder because one thing I wanted to mention was these 5-star notebooks, I think were like $1.99, which is crazy. So I went to Dollar General and I got these composition books. They're exactly the same size. However, the whole size of this composition book is half the size of the Mead notebook. But I think this was like less than $1. So I have tons of them. They have different colors. You don't necessarily have to cover them with paper. So I do want to mention that I am using these in the new one that I made. So I am putting 3 instead of 2, and I'm making 2 folders. And then I'll show you how I make the sleeve protectors. You're welcome. All right. Yeah, I do think this is better because it's bigger. So to save some time, I've cut out some things. I've done some things already. I've covered 3 of the notebooks and I've left one side blank just so I can show you what I'm doing. Again, these are the notebooks from Dollar General, and I'm assuming I haven't seen them at Dollar Tree, like these larger size ones, but you can probably get these everywhere. They're 5x7. So I am going to put 3 of them in there. So all I did to cover these was I measured the back because it has this like almost duct tape binding here. So I measured the back and it's almost 4.5 inches. And then this is 7 inches. So I just cut a piece of paper that's bigger than that. So that way I don't have anything showing when I end up cutting it out. I'd rather have a little bit more and then I'll just trim it off. So now I have to find that piece of paper. I don't know what I do with it. And then I have all these scraps from other 2 paper packs that I'm going to try to decorate the folders with. Sorry, I should have cut that piece separate, but this piece will fit. But I don't think that was the one. I think it was an ugly piece. Oh, that'll fit. Oh man. Oh well, I'll just do a different piece. Let me move this crap. Put it on my Cricut because you know the Cricut is the place where everything goes that Oh, and I got these index cards from Dollar General as well. They are the 4x6 ruled. I like to write big, so I figured these would be better, but they're not lined on the back. But they're so thin that you can put two of them together in the sleeve and it's not going to create a lot of bulk. So as you can see, I just have 1/2 inch score tape all around the perimeter, and then I just stuck some in the middle. How are you guys doing? Yes, Isabel. I think the papers are pretty. I guess I should go through that since the first one I did. Why is it backwards? Oh, I don't like that. It's homemade with love, not imitated. And it's by Carta. And I think I got these at Hobby Lobby. I think I did. Yeah, they were like $9.99, so you can use your coupon. It contains only 9 of the 12x12 double-sided papers, and it has a sticker sheet. So really, it's not enough to do a full mini album, I don't think. So I bought two of them, and I already had one that I had done something with, and I was going to make a mini album. And then I saw the video by Deanna, and I was like, I'm going to do that. So I'm just taking off the tape backing, and I guess I should have seen if this would fit. Ooh, that's pretty tight. But I love this polka dot red. There we go. I'm going to do that. I think the other piece I had cut out was like this, and that's pretty ugly. So, and this is the front, or I guess it could be that. No, that's the front. But maybe I'll use this. I'm going to use this, the whisk, because I have red on the front. So I'm just going to flip it over and cut it out. I moved everything. Hello from France. Never been there. I want to go to Europe, but I'm poor. I think that's why a lot of Americans don't travel overseas. We don't have enough vacation time either. I mean, I don't want to go for just a week. It'd take, 2-3 days to get there? And then you've got jet lag, and then you don't have time to do anything. At my old job, I had almost 5 weeks, but I was there 20 years. And actually, this job's not too bad. I think I have 23 days. Well, I guess that's not bad in 3 years. Because I shouldn't complain about the place so much, huh? All right, Dr. Pepper break. I am loving these new cans with the little bottle tops on them. I like them. All right, so I have my 3 notebooks covered. I did stick a sticker label there, and I'll do that on the other ones. Oh, this notebook's jacked up. You can kind of they must have cut it at an angle, but this is the front. So I tried to put pleasing on the front and not so on the back, even though you'll end up seeing both. So I do have 2 sticker sheets from the other packs, and actually 3 because I didn't use some from the other one. And I'm not designating these for certain recipes. One I'll probably just put for grocery lists and stuff, so then I can just tear the pages out. There's really no red ones. So maybe I'll just make a label or something with paper. So we have those. The next thing I need to do is make the folders. And all I did, this is cheap. I'm talking I would not use this to create a mini album because it is so thin. And I'll show you what it is. It's the I think it's coordination, but I got it from Joann's. Joann's paper that comes in these packs is not thick enough, in my opinion, to make mini album pages from it. So, but since I'm going to laminate this and put cardstock on it, it's going to end up being thick enough. If you hear that kind of winding noise, that is the laminator heating up. I mean, I'm sure it's done by now, but so now I'm going to get all my scraps Oh, I do have Paces set up. I'm really not from. I have my cover cut out and I have stickers on it already. I started doing it and then I'm like, you know what? I should just make a video since I haven't made one for so long. And this backwards stuff, does this show backwards for you guys? Did you not understand it's a visualization? I don't get that. All right, so this paper, excuse me, is 12 by 7.5 because my book was 5 by 7. I wanted it to make my coverage a little bit bigger. And I did score in the middle, and these will fit in there. I've already tested that. And then I'm going to make some folders and stuff so it will maybe stick out a little. I don't understand what's going on here. Maybe I need to score it again. It's 5 1/4 that way. No, and it's 5 1/2 that way. You know, I'm going to make the cover 1/4 inch bigger here. That way both sides are 5 1/4. And then now when I was holding it like this, they weren't even here and that was driving me nuts. Okay. It's showing the correct direction for you? Okay. Well, that's good, I guess. All right, so this is the cover. Again, it's 12 inches and I scored at 5 1/4 and then at 6 3/4, and that's going to be the spine. And so now I'm going to, oh, that's what it should have been anyway. I have a piece of paper that's 1 1/2 by 7 1/2, and this is what I'm going to poke my holes in and stick the string in, and then I'll attach that to the base piece here because I don't want my string holes on the outside. I don't know. I just don't. If you do, you don't have to make this piece and it'll look a little bit different. Let me show you the finished one. I can't reach. You can kind of see right here where I've used tape and E6000 to glue these in. That doesn't bother me. I think it would bother me more to have all the holes on the outside. I don't know. It's up to you. You can put the holes on the outside. You'll do the exact same thing that we do to this piece, to the outside. So that's my cover. And then I have this piece because I didn't want my cover to be just these cards. So I have this piece of paper here and then this one that I was going to put there. But now that I think about it, it doesn't really matter. It's not horrible. I thought it was horrible when I first cut it. I'm waking up now. I'm like half lethargic. I don't know what my problem is. So I have been busy, as you know. I thought I would have more time after my mom passed away because I wouldn't like be taking care of her. But like, I don't know. I don't know if I just am lazy now and I don't do much. I mean, I do much, but I don't know. I haven't been crafting lately, and I don't know. I haven't had the mojo, the juju to create anything. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. So I've just been doing homework and housework and working. All right. So to make the pockets that are going to go inside this tab, or this page, I should say, since my page is 5 inches by 7, I cut a piece of paper that was 8 by 6 and I put it in my trimmer and I cut it diagonally in half, and then I scored 1/2 inch on the 4 sides. If you want, you can score 1/2 inch and then cut it diagonally. It doesn't really matter. And those are going to be my pockets for the inside. And then I just folded these under and I will stick them here and then I'll round the corner. I think I should probably get 1/4 inch tape. All right, back to what I'm doing. in my life. I'm still going to school full time and I'm still working full time. But usually I just kind of, because my back hurts after sitting all day, I don't feel like sitting at my desk. And usually the weekends, I lay in bed a lot because of my back. But I go to the surgeon tomorrow. Today's Sunday, yeah. I go down to Indy tomorrow because I don't trust any doctors in Fort Wayne. Not that they're bad. I don't know. It's just that when I first went to the doctor like 10 years ago, before I had my first back surgery, the neurosurgeon, 2 of them here, told me I'd be in a wheelchair by the time I was 40. And that just didn't seem okay with me because I was only 28. So now I'm taking my corner chopper, the 1/2 inch, because that's what I used to round, and I'm just cutting off the tip of that little pocket here. So I am going to make the pockets on one side only. I'm putting it on the left side of my little folder that I'm making on both of them. So here's the 1/2 inch flaps. I'm going to put the adhesive on them and then I'll fold them under. So I've just kind of been lazy. I guess that's my excuse. Keelan. So my husband started a new job. Well, okay. So we were both at the same company. He was there for like, I think 19 years and I was there for 20 years. And then they kind of like had this downsizing thing and they asked him originally if he would stay, but he would have to work second shift. And he said, no, I don't want to work second shift. So he left and went to another company. And they said that if they were around in a year, they would move to Philly. So when they asked me to stay, I was like, no, because I'm not moving to Philly. Nothing wrong with Philly, but my parents, my family, they're here. So we both decided to go to other places. Well, the company's still around. He wasn't happy at his other job, so he went back. But now he's working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., and then the next week he has off. So he's on third shift, and his life is third shift because you can't go third shift 1 week. I mean, you can, but you can't go third shift 1 week and then be on days the next week. It's just not right for a body, I don't think. So now I'm just taking these scraps and decorating them. I kind of like the way that looks and it fits. So I'm just going to tape it on there. So on his off weeks, we see each other. And on his on weeks, I try to get up early because he gets home at like 6:30. So I try to get up early and visit him for a few hours before I have to go to work. Okay, should I put more on this? I wonder if like some stickers or something would be good. You know how the beauty YouTubers do a chatty get ready with me? This is going to be a chatty tutorial. How about that? I didn't even know that YouTube was like you could go live anymore. I thought you had to have a. Yeah, I'm still going to school in. I have, I think I'll graduate in August, but I'll just have my associates in business. And I was going to go for a bachelor's and then just kind of focus on insurance and risk management since I'm in the medical malpractice insurance industry. But after going through school for 1.5 years, now I'm like, Oh, I already have, I really love this paper here and this paper. So I wonder if I can do something, kind of layer these up maybe. Now I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I want to go to school that long because it'll be another 2 years. But the cool thing about going full time is it's like I'll have my associates. It'll only take 2 years. I'm taking the accelerated class courses. So I have one class every 5 weeks. But there's like, you're reading anywhere from, I'm going to say 3 to 6 chapters a week, and then writing. Whoa, why are you getting louder? Writing papers. Like this week, I have 2 papers due by Tuesday. Just depends on which class. I don't know what I'm doing here. So I think I'm going to try to cut so that I can just see the actual words there. And there is a sticker that I would like to use, and I'm hoping that the sticker is accurate on the measurements. So it's kind of the same as this. Tells you how many teaspoons are in a cup. Like, is America the only one that uses cups? Because I notice a lot of times, I've been watching a lot of videos on the Instant Pot, and some people are like using the weight. I mean, I know that's a more accurate way to measure foods and stuff, but I don't know. No, I don't like that. I like that. Okay. So then I am going to just try to align this. And now I'm going to put this over there. All right. So I have these laminating sheets, and to be honest with you, I do not know where I got them. Before I got the laminator, I didn't really laminate much, so I'm not sure. I used my iron actually. So I bought the sheets, and then I just used my, like, you know, clothes iron. So this sheet fits in there fully. So I'm going to do that, and the pocket is on the inside, and we'll slit the pocket. And this is the laminator, and I have it set at 5mm, but I don't know, because these aren't in the package anymore. I don't know if it's a 3mm or 5mm. So I'm just going to stick it in there, and it'll suck it in. La 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 la. My son's. Oh, I'm going to kill one of them. I swear, he's going to be dead. Okay, so the oldest son, Chris, he went to school for industrial technology, and then he got his welding certificate. So he can weld pretty much whatever. I don't know, MIG, TIG, LIG. I don't know what are there. He decided that he wanted to quit where he was working, which was a manufacturing job, and go work for this other company that made oven steamers. And the thing was, is it was going to be part-time until December. And then they were going to evaluate if the business picked up or whatever, because they're kind of a fairly new company. And then they were going to hire him full time. And he said, can I quit? And I says, Chris, you need to realize that even though you live at home, you need to have a full-time job. So yeah, you can quit, but you have to find a part-time job to go with that full-time job. And I don't care what you do, as long as you're working 40 hours a week. And he said, okay. Well, he never found a part-time job. And then that company ended up telling him that they didn't have enough parts, something with the steel and the new tariffs and stuff. So he pretty much got laid off. So he hasn't been working for like 2 or 3 months. Finally, we said, we're going to, I'm trying to look. Oh, you know what? I'll be right back. I have to get my X-Acto knife from upstairs. Why it's upstairs? I don't know. Okay, so I can see the slit here that I need to make for the pocket. So I'm just going to lightly score that so that it releases. So my husband and I finally said, look, you have to have a job by this date, or we're taking away. See, I released the whole pocket. Now I'm just going to stick it back in there. We're taking away your computer, your phone, everything until you get a job. Well, he decided he didn't want to do welding anymore. So he had an interview at Meyer and they offered him a job. But then as he was walking out of Meyer, Best Buy called him and they have a job in the gaming section. And so he really wanted that. So he went to interview for that and he told Meyer that he'd let them know on Sunday because Best Buy is supposed to let him know today whether he has a job or not, I guess. So that is Chris. Blake started college this year. And our deal was we'll pay for 2 years of like Ivy Tech, which is accredited and everything, and you can get all your requireds and then transfer to a school where you want to get your bachelor's or whatever. So he didn't know what he wanted to do. So we're like, you should just do business. That way you'll have requireds pretty much for any degree that you want. So he started, I think he went 3 weeks and then decided he didn't want to do it anymore. And then he's like, I can't believe I'm being forced to go to school. And I'm like, well, you need to go to school. And then my husband says, I'm not going to force him to go. If he doesn't want to go, he doesn't have to go. And I'm like, all right. So he is not going to school, but he's still working. He's manager at Taco Bell. And they are bidding on land to open a new Taco Bell. And they want him to run the store, to be the store manager instead of assistant store manager. So, I mean, I guess, he's doing good. He works a lot. I don't see him because he's working like 7 p.m. till they close at like 3:30 or 4 or something like that. So I see him for like an hour before he leaves for work after I get home. But so he's doing well. Thank you for asking. My dad had to put my stepmom in a nursing home because she had a stroke like 20 some years ago, 22 years ago, maybe 23. I don't know. Anyway. And so she keeps on falling and hitting her head and stuff. And so she had to be put in a nursing home. And he's like pretty depressed about it. Like he feels bad. And then when he picks her up on Sundays and brings her to church and then brings her home for a while. And then she'll say, why can't I come home? But she doesn't listen to doctor's orders and she just does what she wants. And then she'll fall and she'll have a seizure. And it's not cool. And he is 75, I think. He can't lift her up off the floor, so then he has to call the ambulance, and then there's more money involved. Because every time she falls, she has to get her head looked at. So I've been going to see, he lives 3 hours away, so I've been going to see him like once a month. Whereas before my mom moved in with me, I was going over there once a month anyway to do her laundry and go grocery shopping for her, clean her house, because she didn't have enough money for food. So then she moved in with me. I would just stay at my dad's instead of staying at her house. So that's about that. This is like slow. I hate how slow this thing is, but I guess you want it to be slow. This is the boring part of crafting when you're waiting for stuff to like dry or whatever. So I don't know what else to talk about. What should I talk about? All right. So I'm going to slit the pocket again. I'm going to laminate, I think, 2 more things, and then I'm going to unplug the laminator and then plug in the, I think it's a wood burning tool that I bought. And what did I buy it for? I know I bought it for something. Uh-oh, I hear somebody walking. The floors are squeaky, so you can hear people walking. I didn't quite get this. And so I'm just going at an angle. There we go. So I got that open. So I'm going to put it through one more time just so it seals around that. Your cats. Have I finished my craft room? You're funny. No, I have not. And actually, I had it like looking pretty decent and things put away and stuff. And now it's just as bad as it was. I've gotten some things, but I don't think like machines or anything like that I haven't gotten. Our cats. Tucky, the oldest one. Speaking of a cat, here comes one. He is 15 or 16 years old. He had this spot on his back, and it's always been there. And when we first noticed it, the doctor just said it was a mole or whatever. But then it started growing, and they found, hey, get out of the plastic bag. We have a cat that eats plastic bags. What's up? So anyway, ended up they had to take it off of him. They sent it in, and it's cancer. And they said that, you know, it could grow back in 3 months or it could grow back in 2 years. The problem is it's already like attached to the nerves and stuff. So there's no treatment. You can't do treatment for it. And so if he stops eating or goes, you know, starts to hide and stuff like that, then we have to take him in and have him euthanized. So he's not like pain, but he's doing really well. He's still eating. He's playing. He's a lot more lovey since my mom passed away, because they kind of bonded, and she would feed him treats like every time he meowed at her. So now he thinks he can meow at you and get treats, but it doesn't happen. He's sad about that. Oops. You don't want to get too close to the paper because then it breaks the seal of the lamination, and then it'll just come off. So there's that one. Now I'm going to do the cover, and because the cover's longer, I have to do it like in a couple steps. I want to make sure though that I don't want to put anything else on here. Do I really like this? Is this okay? Okay, it's okay. So what I had done before was I had tried to like do half of it up to the score line and then do the other half and then try to put a piece there. And it kind of worked. But this time I'm not going to put such a little piece there. I'm just going to stick this in as far as it will go. And then once you put the other piece of laminate over, it seems like you can kind of feel the ridge, but you can't see it necessarily. And that's all I really care about. I need to get this cut right. So I'm just cutting off the excess, and I'm going to stick it in. Obviously, you want the lamination side first. And maybe I should go this way. When those rolls are in there, and if you have something that sticks up, it will jack it up. So I'm going to do this and then just go the other way. I think that's the safer way to do it. It just sticks out by like an inch. Hey, stop. Get out of the bag. Thank you. Oh, now she's eyeballing me. Like I destroyed her. But the other two cats, where'd the chat go? You haven't finished yours either, Lynn. My friend keeps on telling me she'll come over and help me paint because it was the kids' playroom, so everything's SpongeBob, and it's the walls are blue, and then they have like bubbles on them. And I had the paint, and I don't think it's probably still good anymore because I stored it in the garage instead of in the house, and it's probably all coagulated. I don't know where. Yeah, actually, I found a ribbon upstairs today. They really like the cording, like my elastic bands for my hair, and this cording right here. I got this on Amazon when I was making the traveler's notebooks, and yeah, they really like that. So now I'm just gonna stick this in this pocket, but going the other way. Uh-oh, we're gonna have an appearance here. There we go. Please don't get burned. Hello, Gracie. How are you? Please don't step on the computer because I don't know what you're gonna do. Oh, you're pouring, huh? I love you, but you have to go now. And she'll just try to jump back up. Like yesterday when I was working with the wood burner thing, I didn't want her to get burned. And she was not listening to me, so I had to lock her out. And then she just stood at the door scratching. You did Beetlejuice her. I love that movie. Oh, snap. I forgot to round the corners before why'd you guys let me do that? I kind of wanted to round the corners. And if I do it now, it's going to break the seal. I guess I'm not going to round the corners. So now the front of this book is like super thick because it's got 2 layers. But I am going to bend it. It's kind of a little bit still hot. It's like hot enough to where if I just left my hand on there, it would just not like scald you or anything, but it's a little hot. All right, so now I have the score mark. So now I'm just going to trim around the edges, and you can use an X-Acto knife if you're like, want to get perfect. Okay, so I do my shopping because I can't like walk right now, like far distances. So I do the cook list from Kroger, and I love it. It costs $4.95. Like I think you get it twice for free. Like if you've never done it before, you can get it twice for free. And so after that, it costs $4.95 a time. And I have like a super Kroger, so it has clothes and housewares and stuff like that. Well, I keep on seeing these. I'm gonna try the 1/4 inch just to get these. Not so pointy because I don't want the laminate to jack with me. And this thing is either dull or this laminate's really thick. That one cut through it right. So anyway, I saw that they had the Sorry, I always thought it was Insta, but it's not. So there's that one. Now I need to get more sheets. Get one back in here. Oh, excuse me. A couple more sheets. I need to do the spine here. And here's the thing. You can put it in there and then cut around it because you can use the rest of this on something else. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to try to go this way and hopefully that it doesn't rip it apart. What was I saying? Okay, so I got the Instant Pot. And it was normally $119, which I'll get to this part in a minute. But it was on sale for $79. And then I saw one of their digital coupons for $10 off any houseware item, and it had a picture of that. So I'm like, oh, well, then I'll get it for $69. Like, that's a pretty good deal. So when they bring your groceries out, if they had to substitute anything, they'll come out with a list and they'll say, okay, this is what we had to substitute and this is what we substituted it for. If you don't want stuff substituted, there's a way when you order, you can check it. Like I don't want my Kraft macaroni and cheese substituted because that's just the way it is. So they came out and I was making sure all my digital coupons, you know, took off. I'm going to cut this one close to the side because I need it to fit into the spot on the spine. So I noticed that there's a $15 off coupon for crock pot. And I'm like, wait, I didn't buy a crock pot, but it must be crock pot and something else. And then I noticed that my $10 off coupon for housewares was taken off too. And I'm like, ugh. So I just got a $119 Instant Pot. It was on sale for $79. The $10 made it $69. The $15 made it $54. I was like, well, that's a pretty good deal. Well, then I go on their Instapot site and their normal price is $69. So yeah, I got it for a couple bucks cheaper, but whatever. I'm still happy with it. All right, so then what I did with this piece is I have this hole puncher. It's a Fiskars. It's that size. I don't know what size it is. And so on the other one, I had 3 spots. On this one, I'm going to want 4 because I have 3 notebooks, and then I'm going to have the recipe card sleeves that I'm going to make next. As a matter of fact, I think I've laminated everything, so I need to unplug the laminator. Let me move my pop and move this to the side, which means the floor. And I'm going to get out this, yeah, it's a wood burning tool, and you can change these tips by screwing them on. And so this is because you can buy it's just a wheel, like a pokey wheel. What is that called now that you seal? I don't know. Anyway, you can buy just the tips, and that's what I did because I already had this wood burning tool, and they fit perfectly. Now, I think you're supposed to have a glass mat when you do this, and I have a glass mat, but I don't know where it is. So I'm going to set this kind of over here, and this one has a knob, has light yellow, orange, and red, and I'm going to stick it. I found it like right at the tip of the orange is the heat that I need it. So I'm going to stick that there to warm up for the next step. So I need to divide this by 4. And so I need a different ruler. Because I need, well, I guess it's got 8s on it. But I kind of want the Tim Holtz ruler. Where'd I put it? Oh, well, I'm going to have to do math. This is not good. So if I put it here, if I make a hole, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that would be 5. I don't want 5. Hey, no, it's hot. Please don't step on that. Do there and there. Okay, so I'm going to take a pin. I'm going to do 1 hole. First, I need to make a 1/4 of an inch across the top. Hello. Maybe an 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to do an 1/8 of an inch. Oh, that doesn't work. Hello. Do I have a... All I have is gel pens, I swear. Wait, is this a gel pen? Yeah, that's a gel pen. Problem is gel pens aren't going to write on this glossy surface. So I'm going to just measure an 1/8 of an inch from the bottom and make a line. And you can still see me, right? Jeez, oh, Pete. Yes, I am, Lisa. Hello, everyone. So now I'm going to draw an 1/8 of an inch there. And now I can do so I think I want my first holes to be a 1/4 of an inch away from the side. So I'm going to make a line. There's got to be something I can write with. Here's a marker. And then a 1/4 of an inch. Oh, that's so much better. 1/4 of an inch there. Hey, cat. Butt's in my way. What are you trying to eat over there? There we go. And then, so I need 4. So that's 1, 2. I'm going to go here. Oh, butt's really in my face. Okay, that's it. You're grounded to the floor. Now I lost my measurements. Dag nabbit. So that's 3/8 of an inch from the dot. So I need to go here. So I don't know if you can see those. I don't know how to zoom in. So again, on the bottom, I'm going to do the same thing. It's 1/8 of an inch from the bottom. And I'm going to go 1/4 of an inch from each side. And then 3/8 of an inch from that. And that'll be my 4 holes. And I'm just going to use, I don't know if this is going to be too thick. What did it look like on the other one? Because now that I have 4 holes, it fits. No, it's not going to be too thick. It fits the string perfectly. So now I'm just going to punch on the cross that I made. And you know what? It might not be perfect, but I don't really care. I drew on the back of the piece, and I think this marker will wipe off anyway. Yeah, it does. So that's the back. Whoa! I dropped it. This was the front. And now this is the part where the cat goes nuts. I'm rolling over something. What am I rolling over? All right. So now I have this cording. Like I said earlier, I got it on Amazon. No, I'm going to come this way. I'm going to go up. I know there's a way to do this so like it's perfect, but on the other one, I ended up just cutting them and gluing them down. So let's see what this one looks like when it's glued down. Oh yeah, here you go. Thank you, Leanne. Oh, do not step here. No. I mean, if you want to come up here and hang around, you just gotta keep your butt out of my face and off my computer. 2 simple rules, really. All right, now she's gonna go away because I'm done with the string. So I have all 4 of them on there, and I don't want to pull them too tight to where the paper, you know, bows up like this, but I want them to be, that's it. You're going to be charging for your services in a minute, aren't you? Here, I got to pull out the drawer so she doesn't try to jump up. So if I tie a knot in there, it's going to end up making it really, really bulky. So what I did, oh, hey cat, where's my E6000? Here it is. And then I have these clamps that I think I got from the dollar store. I prefer these clamps that I got from, oh, that's it. Hold on. You can purr all you want, but I'm messing with glue and hot stuff, and out you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these to the back and then let them dry a little bit. Am I in frame? I don't know why I'm gluing these other ones, but it just makes sense to me. Whatever. This stuff actually doesn't take that long to dry, I don't think, in my opinion. And then I'm going to make sure that I pull it. And these clamps have like little silicone on them a little bit. These have some kind of paint covering. I didn't have them stick on the other one. So now I'm just going to set this aside to dry somewhere. Maybe over here. All right, so now we have the cover, and I have to get out the big chomper. Ow! And so I'm just going to I'm going to use the 1/8 of an inch, and I don't know what happened to my feet. Then it is whatever. yeah, I'm going to use the 1/8 of an inch. Now, I already set up the ruler for my last one for 3 3/4 inches. Since this is 7.5 inches, I wanted it to be kind of in the middle. And so I'm just going to kind of eyeball it to make sure this is sticking out on each side evenly, just so it's kind of in the middle. And then I put my hole there. And I only use the big one because the little one obviously isn't going to reach into the middle. And I'm going to put these in there. This was just left over from what I was just cutting, so it's going to be a little bit longer, but I'm going to put them in there, and I'm going to try to set my notebooks in there and see how tight I need it. So that's good. And then all I'm going to do is tie a knot, and I'm going to leave a little bit of the string in there in case this gets bigger and I want to expand it later if it gets too chunky. So I'm not going to cut off the complete strings, but I don't want them hanging out. So I'm going to just cut them so that they're not longer than that. And that's the traveler's part of it. Snap. I need to put in the other piece first, but that's okay. We'll know where to. We have this done. Once the glue dries on the spine piece that we need to put that down, then poke the hole through it, and then put this through it. Now we're going to make the sleeves for the recipe cards. And you have your choice if you want like the regular size recipe cards, index cards, whatever. If you have designer recipe cards, you can use those. Do I have? Let me think. Do I have designer ones? Oh, I do. It's amazing I know where anything is, but I do. So I have this tack here. This is Hallmark, and they have pink writing on them. I don't know what they have on the back. But whatever you do, you need one. Actually, you need two. Oh, there's lines on the back of that one. This one is from the Paper Studio. So that's Hobby Lobby. And the backs of these are blank, so I don't want those. And the backs of these strawberry ones are white, so I don't want those. So I'm going to use the Hallmark ones. And I'm going to get 5 page protectors. And I got this box on Amazon. I don't remember how much it was. It wasn't that much, though. So I got 200, and I got the heavy duty nonstick. They had like a non-glare one too, but I didn't see a point in that. Like, I don't know. Maybe you should get non-glare, like if you're doing reports or something like that. But for this one, I didn't think it mattered. So the first thing I need to do is take 2 of the cards out, and there's 36 in here. Oh, look, it's like indented. That's weird. Anyway, I'm going to cut this strip off on this side. So I'm just going to put it in there this way. And because the album is the size that it is, they're going to have to sit in the album vertical, not horizontal. And this way. And I want just, I don't know, maybe, I guess that's, how do I want? I think 1/4 of an inch in between them is fine. But I need to account for maybe 3/8 of an inch because I have to seal on both sides of that. So that's going to take up a little room. Let's start with 1/2 inch. And then I'm just going to measure this. Oh, now she wants back in. It looks like I'm just going to go to 6 1/4. It gives enough room for the length. And also, like I said, I'm cutting on this side, so I have one less side to seal. And then it looks like 9 will be good. No, maybe I should do. Yeah, I'm going to do 9. So I'm going to cut all these down to 6 1/4 by 9. And again, I want to cut this part off. 6 1/4. And I want to cut the top opening off. I don't want to cut the bottom seal off because then that would just make more work. I have a video that I recorded of me opening up my new traveler's notebook that I bought off of Amazon, but I like never edited it or posted it or anything. It's just opening a box opening. So maybe I will edit that today and put that up as well if anybody wants to see it. And then, okay, so I have all these cut. And I need to seal this side here and one down the middle. I'm not going to seal this whole big thing because that's where we're going to stick the cards in. So this is the part where I think it would be better if you had a glass mat. If you have a fuse tool and you're an expert at it, then maybe you could let me know. Hi, Carina. But like I said, I don't know where it is. So because I'm using this mat, I guess I could get out my Teflon Tim Holtz thingy bobber. Maybe, I don't know. It smokes a little is what I'm saying. It smokes a little, and you don't want to like leave it on there for any length of time. So I'm just going fairly fast. You see it smoking? It's like it's melting into the thing here because I don't know. So the plastic gets on here and then it's still smoke. So now I'm sticking my recipe cards back in so that I know where I want to line this up. I'm going to line it up to this line here. So I could have cut it a lot. Well, not a lot, but I could have cut it shorter. The trick is you want to go fast enough, but you don't want to go too fast. Because you don't want to leave it on there because then it's going to rip it. So that's what I'm going to do to all of these. So I'm going to seal the top of them. And then I'll seal the middle, and then I'll show you how I seal them all together. What's the other side? It's plastic too. It kind of stinks. Like, I don't know if I'm getting some kind of chemical, like, crap in my lungs. Oh! Okay. So, I'll tell you how scatterbrained I am. I had a CT scan done of my back, and like they noted on there that there were spots on my lungs, and you know, with my mom dying of lung cancer and I used to smoke regular cigarettes, kind of started freaking out. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, I had spots on my lungs like a long time ago and they were fine. So I went to the doctors. You know what? I've been going to the same family doctor for like 21 years. Okay. So he has all of my records, right? So he would have the records from back in 2008 when I had a chest x-ray done or chest CT to say, hey, oh, these are just, you know, normal things that people get in their lungs, whatever. No. Then I forget about it. So then I'm like, oh my God, I'm starting to freak out. I tell you, doctors, I mean, I know back then they didn't have like stuff on the computer like they do now, but I would think by now that they would have all of their records in the computer, and you could say, oh, here's previous test. I should just design equipment. That's what I should do. I I see every day doctors getting sued for failing to diagnose stuff, which some of them I think really should pay attention, and then some of them are like, "How do you see it?" It's like a pin drop type of thing. But this kinda made me mad because it's like, "Wait a minute." So I emailed ouch, don't burn yourself. I emailed the doctor and I'm like, "Look, I already had a chest X-ray back and whatever. Can you look up the results and see if it's grown and then let me know if I need to freak out instead of telling me I need to go get another chest X-ray in 3 months? Because why do I keep on needing to go and get all these tests done every 3 months? People. Um, because I had this stored in the box, the plastic box, the cord is jangled up and it wants to burn the cord, and I did that yesterday when I was doing the first one. So maybe I should be folding these and then like finding the exact center and then whatever. Do what you want to do if you want it to be perfect. Some things I absolutely freak out about and some things I don't. I'm going to come towards me. I have one more to do. So, because my doctor is in Carmel and there's an IKEA there, I'm going to IKEA tomorrow. It'll only be my second time ever in an IKEA. My husband and I went into one when we were in Cincinnati and we were mad because all I wanted was that rolling Roscoff cart thing. And it's like a maze. You had to go through everything. We couldn't figure out a way just to get to where we wanted to go to get the stuff to buy it. Like you had to go through everything. Oh man, I just made a hole in it. Well, it's kind of made me mad. I'm going to make sure that the opening is all on the right side of all 5 of these. I'm going to line them up. I'm going to use a little thing here just so they don't slide around. I'm going to put this, and now this one's going to smoke a lot because I'm trying to melt all of the layers. So I'm going a little bit slower than I normally would. And also I'm going to flip it over. Whoops. Which line? They all sealed except for the last one. Ironic, huh? So now I'm just going to do the same thing. All right, I guess you could sew those. The lady that did this tutorial originally, did I say her name was Deanna? Deanna. Look how much that's smoking. It's because that plastic's burning on there now. Obviously, if I use a paper towel, it's going to catch on fire. So I don't know. I need to find my glass mat the next time I do this. I need to put this somewhere. There we go. The cat's not in here, so I put it on the floor. So we have this pouch thing that now all the cards can fit in. And you can make this as thick as you want. I just did 5 sheets, so that ends up being 10 cards. Stick that there. Now I'm going to get out my cover. People, where's the cover? Oh, here it is. And this thing. This one took off some of the glue, but that's all right. Now I'm going to get my 1/2-inch tape. Oh, man. That plastic burning's bad. Bad, bad, bad. I'm going to use my 1/2-inch tape, and I'm on the back of it again. Oh, I hear you. And I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to take off that one so I can put another one on here. And again, if you're coming in halfway, I'm just doing this piece because I particularly don't want the holes on the outside of this. I know I have the main hole here for the binding, but that doesn't bother me as much. I mean, if you want to do it, like you could put grommet, what do they call them? Eyelets there, but depending on the size of the eyelets, you might end up having to make your spine longer. I am going to use more of this E6000 just up here by the threads. I don't know, because I can't. Oh, man, that's sticky now. So now I'm going to put this on there, and there's no top or bottom to this, obviously. So I'm just going to line it up with the bottom of the cover and the sides. And again, I cut, even though I laminated this, I cut it straight on the side of the lamination so that I could still open up the sides. And now I'm going to clip this again on those two pieces. And there's the cup. Oh, she's driving me nuts. Driving me nuts. If I ignore her, she'll go away. Just like kids, right? If you ignore them, they go away. All right. So now we have our 3 notebooks done, our 2 folders, which, like I said, I just made out of regular cardstock because I was running out of the decorative paper. Okay. Come in. But stay off my desk. So I decided that I'm going to put my notebooks like I did on the other one in between on the outside of the thing. So this one, I don't know. I'll put there. What did I just tell you? Dude, you're so nice. Are you sweet? Look up. They want to say hello. Listen to her purr. Now you want to see what that is. All right. Here, let me spray you with some water. Wow. Maybe you'll go away now. All right. So, oh, I forgot to do this part. I'm going to rub down where I put all of that score tape. I got to get the crocodile back out and find my hole. And I also need to make sure, so I'm going sideways so I can see the hole. I need to make sure that these cords are all pulled out of the way, because I would hate to chomp through a cord. Now, where is the cord I already had tied in a knot? Did you guys see where I put it? Is this it? Yeah, this is it. All right, so I'm just going to put this through the hole. Oh man, I'm getting hungry. Here we go. These can just lay in between there. La-di-da. Are you done? Yes, I get it. I love you too, but you're a pain in my butt. Now, I need some scissors. And I don't know what. I don't know that this is dry yet. So I'm not going to cut these yet, but once the glue dries and you have these in there, hey, quick. Oh, that's what you're doing. You're chewing on my string. Go away. I have a bottle of water to clean stamps, so I just sprayed her with it. So yeah. I'm gonna wait till the glue dries. I'm gonna put these in there and then I'll stick the little clamps back on them. I'm gonna put this one in the front. And then maybe this second. I don't think it matters much. This one and this one in there. See, it just came out. Not a good thing. Probably should let it dry first. That's all I'm saying. It's a good thing I didn't cut it because then I might not be able to get it. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe that's not water. Maybe that is stamp cleaner because it smells kind of bubbly. I'm going to put more glue in there. I hate how this E6000 like starts to ooze out. So I'm going to pull that where I want it. Then I'm going to use the clamp. Okay, so picture what this looks like without these hanging out. Just imagine, if you will. Ah. Uh-oh. These gonna drive me nuts. These folders are slightly bigger because I only have one score mark. So it's not letting the notebook come all the way to the edge of the folder. So I wonder. If I score next to it, I think it'll round it out. I am going to score on the lines. Oh, that seems like it's too far over. I'm just going to score right next to it. And it was like I just moved. There's no measurements because I just wanted it to be just right next to it. So it kind of rounds it out a little bit. And it is a little bit more difficult to roll it since it's laminated, but it is possible. Just holding it and pressing down. I'm going to see if that works. I have a ghost in here. Now, I think it's better. It's like not as pointy and it sticks in there more. So let's see if it still sticks out. Probably should stick the clamp on that one too. All right, so the notebook's the right side up. Finding the middle. Okay, yeah, that works a lot better. It doesn't stick out as much. I mean, the cover's 12 inches, so you really, I mean, unless you piece it together. So let's do this one as well. And I'm putting it between the hash marks, like, just so that I can get a teeny tiny bit scoring right next to it. And then roll it. I'm pressing down around my finger on there. So it's like a more rolled. And I'm going to put the notebook to the right side. these down. I'm kind of just rubbing back and forth, which is called burnishing, so that it gets that shape. And let's see what happens here. Yeah, they still stick out when you have the folders in there. See how the back one doesn't stick out at all. When you have the folders in there, they stick out a little bit, but whatever. Where'd my clamp go? And this is the notebook. So you could use like the first part for grocery lists, which, let's see, is there a sticker for it? This is the one, the sheet of stickers that has everything. My stomach's growling. I don't see where it says tonight's menu, but it doesn't say groceries or anything like that. So I guess it doesn't matter. But what I was thinking was, you know, like one could be groceries, one could be meal planning, and one could be recipes that you like. Oh, so my folder's upside down. That's great. There we go. I mean, I guess you don't have to have two folders in there. I just thought, like, for coupons or something, I thought about making another sleeve to wrap around one of these for coupons, because they actually have coupon sleeves, and you could cut those down to size. I'm not liking the tension on these, so I am tightening them up. This side needs more glue. Oh man, my stomach's growling. I'm gonna have to get some food. Okay, so what I plan on using mine for is Instapot recipes, because like I'm obsessed with that thing now. I made a roast, corned beef and cabbage, and my mom used to make this just with spaghetti noodles. She'd cook the spaghetti noodles, and then in like a frying pan, she'd put butter and scrambled eggs in it, and then add the noodles to it, cook the eggs, and then she'd put like some kind of breakfast sausage in it, like sausage links. And my family actually likes that, so I made that yesterday in the Instapot. It makes a big old mess in the Instapot, but it is what it is. So now I am going to glue the bottom as well. Put those on it, and then when it's all done, I will put my notebooks back in there. I think I might decorate my notebooks a little bit more with just some paper and stickers that I have. I'm going to put that up. Stop messing with it because it's going to mess up. So this one, as I said, I am going to use for the actual recipes. So let's see what I have here. This one and this one are the ones I got there. I'm just making sure that they're at the top. So this could be so hungry. I have this measuring equivalent one, and I want to stick it on the inside of one of these folders that I'm going to use. Which one do I like better? Well, see, that one kind of has it, but I'm going to stick it on this one on the inside back. So it's the equivalence. I'm hoping it's right. I guess I could Google it at some point. And now this one, I'm going to just write on there, whatever. And these two, I think maybe this one, I will just put, there's not many stickers left on this one. I kind of want to use the silverware. Oh, I have real silverware, but that would make it too bulky. Never mind. Just going to put the silverware on here, and maybe this will be my meal planner. And then I will put this because it says tonight's menus. Is that straight? Okay, I don't know if it is or not, but it's going on there anyway. And I do not love being in my kitchen, but no. Maybe a flower? I feel like it needs something up here. That's good. And this last one is going to be like my grocery list. I'm not a cute little chef. I'm assuming that's for like if you're scrapbooking or something and you want to take a picture of your child. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put my favorites. Where'd the other one go? No. I like it down here. There. Now this one. Oh, snap. Look what I found. I found a thing that says recipes. So I'm going to stick it right here. And then I can write the word Instant Pot, which, like I said, I thought it was Insta Pot. But whatever. And maybe I'll just put flour here. Because this one is going to be the grocery list, so it's going to probably, I don't know, I only go grocery shopping once every 3 weeks, so maybe it will. But there's no like pictures of vegetables or anything. Oh, I'm stuck on the computer. I just don't know if she's stuck on the computer, if it's going to cut me off. So if it cut me off, sorry. I think I'm going to put here, happy tummies, and that's it. That's all I'm going to put on there. But this one, I don't like so much. Oh, that's smart. Use a pencil. You mean like you were talking about the folders, right? I just saw the chat now, so sorry. There. That might be. Take this up a little bit. Hopefully I don't rip anything. Maybe I should make these straight. I was trying to make them cattywampus, but hey! I tell you, she is relentless. Like a child. So now I'm lining them up on the line that is on the paper. Going up a little bit, and they're going to be straight. There we go. Maybe that. I don't know. It is what it is. And then I'm going to put the kids loved it because this will be like the meals that they like. My husband likes anything that has meat. If it doesn't have meat, then it's not considered a meal. I added this strip on the bottom because this paper was teeny tiny bit short on here. So I added that strip so you can't see it. And I'm wondering, should I put another strip on the top to even it out? What do you guys think? I'm waiting. Waiting on somebody to tell me what to do. Should I add this strip onto the top of that, or should I leave it the way it is? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Where'd she go? Looks fine. Thank you, Terry. All right, so that is it. I don't want to stick my stuff in it because the strings are drying. But in case you're just coming here, oh, Lord. I gotta stop saying that. All right, so this was the first one that I made. And these were the Mead 5-star notebooks, which are 2 times the size of the notebooks that you can get from Dollar General, but they're also 3 times this. So this is the first one I made. Obviously, I think my cover was a bit bigger, seems anyway. And I stuck the mixer sticker and the recipe sticker on the outside of it, and that's why on this one I decorated the cover, then I laminated it so they're not going to come off. And I stuck some regular recipe cards in the front of the first pocket. These are very thin. I did get these from Dollar General. They're blank on the back, but you could put 2 of them together. It has baking day, which I don't really bake. This one only has 2 notebooks in it, and then the 5 sleeves here, which I stuck 1 on the front and the back. And then another folder, which I made these folders out of the cardstock, but I did run out of cardstock when I was making the second one. That's why I made them out of regular crappy cardstock and then just decorated them, which I probably should have decorated them more, but whatever. Maybe I'll make another one. I don't know. I was trying to think of stuff to make people for gifts at work. And I decided that one girl I like a lot more than the other ones. So I will give her this, and the other people, I was thinking about making the rock cactus gardens for them because I've been painting rocks for, check it out guys, hashtag rock kindness for Chloe on Facebook. They paint rocks, put a little label on the back of them, say post on Facebook, and then you rehide them. I'm sure you guys have heard of kindness rocks. This particular thing, a lady at work started because her daughter, I think she was 16, committed suicide. And so this is kind of her way of honoring her daughter and spreading awareness about being kind to others. There you have it. That is it, guys. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel because once in a while I post videos. There's tons of videos on mini albums, and I think I'm going to get more into not just mini albums. So I'll label the videos pretty clearly. If you want to watch mini album only, then watch the mini album only. But I do Bible journaling, and I do a lot of planner videos as well, or not videos, but I do a lot of stuff with planners and making stickers and stuff. So I want to start doing some videos of other stuff that I like as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.